You know what? I thought I was done, but I got one last one. This one's for me. Um, so my team at the Outer Lions, the staff that I had, was some of the most incredible people I've ever known and worked with in my entire life. They genuinely, wholeheartedly were there and survived all the things that I talked about because they cared about the Rochester LGBTQ community. I was, in many ways, at the time, the voice of at least the BIPOC LGBTQ community. In my time there, I was all over television and was asked to speak at every event and represent the people and all the things. I was the person that was speaking up for the queer community in the Black Lives Matter movement. I brought in Britton Hargers to do that with me, and he spoke for the trans community, and we did that work together. And we did it because we loved it. And I literally love each one of those people on my staff so incredibly dearly. So when you see me stand up for one of them on social media now, if you see me give a job recommendation, if you see me big up the stuff that they're doing, that's why. We all survived that situation because of pure 100% love from the community, and the great majority of us went on to continue to help the community with no money and no support and no big engine of an agency behind us and no funding, because it mattered to us, because that was the work that we felt called to do. And I know, watching this, if anybody watches this, you will have been surprised by a lot of the things that you heard because you didn't know. I'm aware of that. We couldn't tell you, you didn't know. This is all new information for you. But I also want to call attention to all the people who did know. There are a lot of very prominent people involved in this situation, some of which I mentioned in these videos, that did know what we went through, that do know what we went through. Andrew Moran knows what we went through because I'm quite sure they had him read the documents. He talked to some of us, which is why he put up that post on behalf of the Pride Leadership Coalition at the time in support of us. They have read our lawsuit against them. They know what happened. And even if they don't want to believe us, at the very beginning of this scenario, way back in 2000, Zariah sued them, and they quickly settled with her and then posted a public apology on their social media page. So even if they don't want to take accountability for all of these things, they took accountability for that. So even if our case can't ever be proven, Zariah's was. And they admitted it, that they did all those things. And if you go back to that Evan Dawson interview with myself and Louis Burgos, who was another really good friend of mine, he admitted that all those things happened under that board's watch. And there have been so many of you in the community that have come to us and said how bad you felt and told us about the rumors and the whispers and the things that the ex-board was saying and the work that they're doing now, and you publicly said nothing. You said nothing. You let us get defamed. You've allowed the agency to try to come back and to continue to grow because you feel like you need to be a part of it for some reason as part of community, and you said nothing. And that hurts, and that sucks. And that's part of why I needed to start something new and go someplace else and build something somewhere else, because the fact that the people that I stood up for in the community so hard didn't stand up for myself and my staff in the same way was really heartbreaking. And like I said, the work that I do now is based 100% on trying to prevent other people from being in that type of situation in the places that they are. I look at the people in Buffalo on strike and protesting together, and I think it's so dope, and shout out to them. because that's what we should have did at the time. We just didn't know. We didn't know what to do. We felt stuck. We felt trapped. But a lot of you knew what was happening. And a lot of you still involved in the situation know what's happening. And a lot of you are giving money to Outer Alliance to reopen because you decided that because it's water under the bridge and it's a new board, and because it's a new beginning, that it's okay, it's water under the bridge. But the trauma that we all experience isn't water under the bridge. It's things we still deal with. I don't work for a place now. I am my own boss, as are the majority of the former staff, because I haven't been able to bring myself to potentially put myself in another situation like the one that I experienced with the Outer Alliance. 4 years later, it still brings tears to my eyes. And I don't even think that I was probably even the most traumatized out of the people involved in that situation. But if you didn't speak up then, you have an opportunity to speak up now. In a lot of ways, I have an understanding of what the current Outer Alliance people are thinking and how they're feeling and the work that they're trying to do, because I feel like we tried to do the same thing. Outer Alliance had hurt a lot of people before, like 2019, and Brittany and I came along. And we were very idealistic, and we wanted to take this thing and build it back up and make it great and make it diverse and build bridges and fix a lot of the things that hadn't been working well before that, or the people that had been disincluded. But like, there's certain things that you just have to let die so that something else that's more healthy can grow in its place. And the fact that the Outer Alliance, the now Rainbow Union, still refuses to take any accountability, still refuses to make things right, still dismisses the things that happened to us in an effort to like just forget the past and move forward, that hurts. All of us are still dealing with ramifications in our current professional life, because I still do a ton of work in the Rochester community, that we still have fallback from the things that happen in that place, whether it's us emotionally or the fact that like people will still vilify us or make us seem like we're the bad guys, or act like we did something wrong, or act like we are just hating on this organization for no reason, or that we're a block to progress. And understand that we still carry the scars of the things that we dealt with there. And so if you understand now better than you did before, because you needed more information, you needed all the information, you have it now. And so you get the opportunity to now, fully informed, decide how you're going to interact with this agency moving forward. If you're going to be on board to bring the empty closet back, if you're going to patronize their events or accept sponsorship dollars from them, or bring them into your festivals, knowing that this is how they treat people currently, not just back then, but how they are currently treating people. That's the choice you have now. And that is all, I guess. That is all. But that's the reason we're coming forward, because our story deserved to be told. Like, we deserved that. The truth to finally be out about us, about them, about the situation. The community deserved to know what happened, since no one told them, really. It's had half-assed sort of explanations. But it was time. And we will never get the closure that we fully deserved. So this is what closure looks like for me, at least. And hopefully, I hope my former staff find some in this as well. And Rochester, I leave it to you what you want to do with it.